um, for me. It's been a lot of off and on. I probably would be higher if I didn't do off and on a lot, but we got a steady thing where we do it every 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or whenever the hell that we want to. So it works out. At least it's more than what it used to be. But Royal Rumble is today. Can't wait for the Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble is one of my favorites. Just overall, the concept of it and everything. Excuse me, as a whole, I just enjoyed the Rumble a lot, and I think this one is going to be a very good Royal Rumble overall. Four matches, and I'm fine with that because the Royal Rumble matches as a whole is going to be over an hour long for both of
Yeah.
them. So I'm fine with this. We got. I think. Look, I'm gonna be honest. I think this might be the perfect card I've seen for a Royal Rumble in a while. You got the women's Royal Rumble. You got DIY versus motor machine guns. I can't even say it. 2 out of 3 falls, which is going to be really good. Cody KO, and then the men's rumble. I think this is just perfect, just a perfect layout. And I think adding another match would have been fine, but it's not needed actually. This is
Yeah.
one of the. Go ahead.
Yeah, like going into this Rumble pay per view, what I wanted to see from this Rumble pay per view, especially compared to the ones we've had in the last couple of years, is that the pay per view is not just highlighted by the Rumble matches. That I would like to see the matches in between be like some very good matches instead of some decent matches like in between the Rumble matches, but nothing special or nothing to really be too memorable. So, but judging from the looks of it, like DIY versus Motor City Machine Guns in a 2 out of 3 falls match, you already know that's gonna be a banger if we know DIY and 2 out of 3 falls matches. All the people in it from from all the back of the day in NXT will know. And yeah, Cody and KO is gonna be a banger. So yeah, honestly, this has been one of the most hyped up Royal Rumble pay per views in the last few years for me. I'm really excited for this pay per view, not just by the Royal Rumble matches, but the matches, 2 other matches in between as well,
Hmm.
which is nice to see because normally the last couple of years, like I've just gone into the pay per views just excited for the Rumble matches, not for the other matches. Like
Hmm.
what I found myself doing in the previous Royal Rumble pay per views was like whenever a Rumble match was on, like I'd be so like focused, like watching it all the way through, and then when the other matches came on, I just sort of just take my eye off and just kind of lose focus for a little bit because I'm like, I'm not really interested. But this time around, I'll be very interested in the tag team match and Cody and KO. Holy shit, we have 25 viewers in.
Yeah.
That
Welcome
is
everyone.
madness.
Welcome
Welcome,
everyone.
everyone.
And I don't I think YouTube has this weird what's it called? Uh okay. All right. Yeah, appreciate that, buddy. Um a lot of aggro. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Huh. Oh boy, you gotta love these messages. Okay. But appreciate oh my god, appreciate everyone coming in here. YouTube got a weird what's it called? Algorithm, or how it like lines up depending on when you ever stream and stuff like that. If it's like during the day or night, it's like you get these random ass people that you would probably never ever get, which is weird. But okay. I see we got people from TikTok or something. I don't know. I don't know. This is TikTok stuff right here. But as much as I'm going to try to go around that and try to not read all this and everything. Oh, appreciate Josh. Thank you. Josh is in here. Thank you. Josh,
Thank
you gonna
God
have to
someone
good,
goes in
good.
here to take care of this.
Josh, I'm gonna let you deal with this stuff, please, because now I've got to focus. But thank you. But anyone that's in here trying to actually listen and everything, please hit that like button for us. Greatly appreciate it. Subscribe if you want to. You don't have to, but much appreciated if you do. Royal Rumble, like you were saying before all this all this in the commotion was happening. Um I think you are right. In the past, I might have likened, like one match out of the Rumble match, out of the Rumble concept matches that I might liked, but this card, I like the two matches outside of it, and it doesn't feel like filler matches
Mm.
compared to the Rumble matches. It actually feels like the match is going to mean something. No, we're not brothers. No.
We're not brothers, no. We're friends. We don't even live in the same country. He lives over in America. I live in Wales in the United Kingdom. So yeah, no, we're
Yeah,
not
yeah,
brothers.
yeah. You know how those overseas people are. But um, we but you know what's crazy? And my voice don't sound like this to me. I've recorded something in the past, and someone told me, "Hey, you sound British." I said, "No, I don't. There's no way I do." So someone told me that. I said, "Nah, nah, nah. I really don't." But I said, I take that as a somewhat of a compliment, but because I don't think it sounds like it. But Royal Rumble should be a very good one. Do you have any other topics you want to talk about before we get to Royal Rumble? Because I really just wrote down the Rumble matches and I didn't write down other little side stuff.
No, to be honest, I have no idea what other topics are going on in the wrestling world in a minute. So no, I just want to talk about the Rumble. If I'm honest.
Okay. I got one thing that's on the top of my mind just because a lot of people is talking about it and I just find it funny. I find it funny on the concept of looking at it. So, um what's their names? Oh, what the hell? Why am I drawing a blank now? It just hit me and then it went away. Okay, from the AEW, those Costco guys. Did you see where one of them had the one that wrestled at one of the AEW pay per views had the WWE Championship as a picture or something with a video? It was before he got signed, but then he reposted it, and he's literally signed to AEW. That's the crazy thing. So it's like a very dumb move on his part, even though I don't pay attention to it. I looked at that and I was like, man, I don't even watch AEW, but I'm like, that's such a bad sign to be signed and then repost something where you have a WWE Championship belt. Why repost something like that? And I don't know. If you're on one side of the company compared to another, you don't need to be posting anything from the other side of the company because it's just I feel like that's common courtesy. Okay, it's like if my because I'm a Dallas Mavericks fan in the NBA. It's just like if one of their players posted up with Houston Rockets gear or San Antonio Spurs gear. They're kind of in Texas. That would be kind of dumb. So that's the easy point. I seen that and I'm like I don't know what's going on over there because there's just so much going on over there. And the thing that kills me, I know we've talked about it in the past, we haven't in a while, but what kills me is why don't they just try to focus on doing wrestling shows than having this. It seems like they always got this side drama or something every other week, and I don't understand it. I don't know how it happens.
To be honest, I haven't seen any of what you spoke about there. I didn't even know any of this happened. Like I barely like keep attention to anything that goes on in AEW. Like
Mhm.
honestly, if you went ahead and put a gun to my head and said like name two stories in AEW that's going on right now, I genuinely wouldn't be able to name like one. Like
Okay.
the only person that I've sort of noticed in recent times is Tony Storm. That's it. Because I see that she's back feuding with Mariah May, and she was back to her original gimmick for like a little bit, and now she's back to timeless Tony Storm. So that's literally the only thing in AEW that I sort of kept an eye on. That is it. The rest, I mean, and I saw that Kenny Omega just recently came back, so I'm sort of interested in that. But apart from that, meh. And I like Okada, and I see like he's doing some good stuff with the Young Bucks and being the elite and all that. But yeah, apart from like just keeping an eye on Okada because I like Okada, I mean that's just yeah. In terms of actual story wise, the only thing I've really kept an eye on is Tony. That's it. Timeless Tony is the only one I can recall off the top of top of the dome. Yeah, that's which goes to show really.
Which goes to show she hasn't been timeless for like over 2 months, and now she's back to timeless, and it's like the only story people can remember. She literally just became timeless again. So it's like I just don't get it. They need to Tony. I know Tony loves the business, but he gotta let someone else run this creative stuff and somehow get this drama that happens in it. I just don't understand, because there's a lot of people, like there's a lot of reports that you get here and there, and maybe not all of them are true, but eventually if you keep on getting more and more reports, most likely most of them are true to a point. But the only last thing I'll say, a lot of people will. I've heard a lot of people with their frustration with. Oh yeah, I ain't suggesting that. Yeah, let's
Yeah,
not do
no,
that. But there's a lot of people that just has their frustration with their booking and stuff like that. And it just seems like there it. I get like everyone is not gonna like their booking, but it seems like a report comes out more often with a lot of people over there, which I don't know how that's possible. Look, I know booking a show is not the best. Like I try to do it with my universe mode. It's not the best, but I can tell you right now, it can't be that hard to make sure you get people on the show this week and then different people this. You got two different shows. You can at least book them on one show and then maybe the other show the next week and just flip back and forth or something. If they're not like a main piece, like the main piece. So that's all I would suggest. But let's get out of the negativity and let's go to the positive, which is the Royal Rumble today, tonight. It is 12:50 over here, so it'll be live in about 5-ish hours or a little bit more. Um, I am glad, and I've said this, and I'll probably continue to say this. I'm glad they start their pay per views at 6 o'clock here now, which is normally an hour earlier, so that helps out everyone, almost everyone with their time zone, almost.
Yep.
But
Thank God. So it's not going to be as long into the morning for us UK people as much as it was. Well, an hour. An hour is still pretty good. So we'll
yeah,
take it. We'll take
yeah,
it.
you gotta take it as you can, but that means I can go live after the Royal Rumble. It'll be so much easier. And then by the time I get done with my review, hell, it's only 11:15, maybe at the most here. So I will take that. But okay. Um
My tribal chief Omos returns tonight. Yeah, there is actually probably a good chance he does appear in the Rumble and he does return because he's had his last match in Noah. So he officially said he's going back to WWE. So I would not actually be surprised if he does show up in the Rumble as an entrant. He ain't winning the thing, but it is a
Yusuf,
shout for a return. Yeah,
Yusuf, that's the first time ever I almost put one of my moderators on timeout. Okay. Top Okay, the four matches. We're gonna go in order where I think they're going to go, and I think they're gonna start off with the women's Royal Rumble. Um
yeah, it makes sense. Yeah,
the women's Royal Rumble. These are the names confirmed in the Royal Rumble. Nia Jax.
if she won the Rumble, I just turn the show off right after. Just
Oh,
like
oh,
nope.
hell no, you won't. Don't be one of those. Don't be one of those. Hey, that's right, Yusuf. You might have been a little late with the one, but I will take it.
It's
Bailey.
a good thing she ain't definitely. She definitely ain't winning it. That's the positive thing. She ain't winning it.
You never know. Bailey. She's. I just say this. I'm not going to predict already, but she's not going back to back. Um, Liv Morgan, and the returning Felix reaction to that, and the returning of Charlotte Flair. So we had this debate. What was it? 2 years ago when they announced Cody was returning. Did you like how they announced that she was returning or not?
No, no,
Damn, you
no.
didn't like when they announced Cody, so I knew you was going to say that, so we can talk about that. Only reason they announced it is because they're going to have more surprises. So I think they didn't want to have too many surprises.
Okay, fair, but no. I just think if someone's been out for that long, you don't just announce, especially when the Rumble is literally just around the corner. You don't announce them. Like all they had to do was wait 2 weeks and then have her do a surprise entrance, and then boom, big pop. Which, let's be fair, Charlotte doesn't get many of those, so it would have been a nice thing for her. But yeah, it was the same with Cody. Like they could have done that with Cody, but nope. They announced him too, and he won the Rumble. So him
Oh, hey,
returning in the Rumble to win it would have been even better.
hey, Yusuf does have a fair point because supposedly she's getting a new theme and everything.
A new theme. Okay, interesting. Well, let's hope it's a good one because I actually quite liked her like newer one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
I didn't have a problem with her newer one.
yeah, I thought it was a good theme. Honestly, like I thought it was better than our old one.
Well, I don't know, but I don't mind them saying that because I think we're going to get other people with a lot more surprises because honestly, there's not a lot of women announced for the women's Royal Rumble, which
True.
ain't a
So you
bad,
never know who's going to appear.
which is not a bad thing. But
Ooh,
oh,
more
talking
Death
about,
Rebeling. To be fair, Death Rebel did her last thing.
hey, talking about Death Rebel, I saw, Fanatics has Tyler Breeze and Big E doing stuff, and Bailey came out, and Bailey said, "Boy, don't y'all love that theme song?" She was really kidding around. So a lot of the wrestlers don't like Death Rebel, so they can't wait until they're kicked to the
I
curb.
don't blame them. I don't blame. I mean, to be fair to Death Rebel, they were a major hit or miss, like major hit or miss. Like most of the time, it's a miss. But to be fair, they do have some bangers. They have had some bangers, but it's very, very few and far
Okay,
between.
all right. Tell me five that's a banger outside of the bloodline.
Okay, Io Sky,
But
Damian
but but but
Priest,
but but EO already had hers.
Io was Death Rebel though.
But EO already had hers before the Death Rebel. I'm pretty sure.
No, Eos was Death Rebel.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure Eos was Death Rebel. So Io, Priest, Roman, but you said
Outs,
outside the bloodline.
outside of the bloodline.
Uh, hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I could see Priest. Priest is all right. There's too many damn talking in these damn entrance musics.
I do agree.
I'm like,
Eos
God
is yeah.
bless.
Um, I wouldn't say a banger for this one, but I think AJ's new theme is a decent one. Not as good as his old one, but all right. Um, there is some. I'm just blanking. Um, I'm gonna have to scroll through my library now just to fucking find some because I know there's some.
Well, see, look. This is my point. There's a lot of fucking misses. If you
Oh,
cannot
oh
name,
yeah. There is a lot of misses. A
oh yeah,
lot of
yeah,
misses.
I like Grayson's. It's very basic and everything. And it fits Grayson's so much. So I do like Grayson's.
I will say, like, I do agree there's a lot of misses, and I much, much, much prefer CFO when CFO did the theme music.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah. There's a lot of yeah. CFO. I enjoyed a lot of theirs way better than Def Rebel. I feel like it's like a 70% miss with Def Rebel to 30% like hit.
Yeah, I can agree with that one.
I want to say it's around that percentage. I think with CFO, it was a lot more like 65 to 70% positive, and then you had that 30% maybe that was, all right, but it wasn't like a good song.
Let's see. Da, 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 da. I like Oscar's theme. I like
Yeah, yeah,
Oscar's
yeah.
like latest theme. I do like that one. Blah, 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 blah. Bailey's theme, not this current one, the previous one. The previous one when she first turned heel. That was Def Rebel, and I liked that one. Still prefer Jim Johnson, but I can admit now CFO is overhated in my opinion. Yeah, I mean Jim Johnson is always going to be the goat when it comes to the theme
Mhm.
music. Like he was untouchable.
Yeah.
But yeah, CFO when they were around was very overhated. Like people like always said like, CFO can only do theme music that is pretty much a repeat. And yes, a lot of them were like, repeats of like a certain like sound, but they were like memorable. You can always remember them. They weren't very generic, and they made sense to the characters, even if most of them didn't have like lyrics in the song. But
I,
a
I
lot of Def
still
Rebels are just very generic.
I still don't understand why people complain. Oh, they do this type of music and got this beat and all that. Well, damn, if it works for one and it can work for another and just change stuff up, who cares if it's at least something that's good, you know?
Yeah, agreed. Dakota Kai's theme song that was also Def Rebel, and I like that one.
Yeah, I do too.
Buh, 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 buh.
But you can't have me hate a lot on Dakota Kai. I think Dakota is very good.
Gunter's theme. That's another good one.
Hmm. I see. There's solid average to good ones, but there's not outside of the bloodline. To me, there's not a lot of. Oh, I love that theme music. There's not like a
Hmm.
lot of them. That's my problem.
Jimmy and Jay's, both of them are good. Jimmy's better,
I said,
but I do like both of
yeah,
them.
outside of the bloodline,
True,
those two are
true.
given to me. I like Jimmy's better than Jay's, but but I'm biased now because look, on Monday, I got to experience my first like big time Yeet Fest and everything. And I can tell you right now, that is probably the most fun I had in 5 minutes of any damn program I've ever went to. So
Mm. Uh, Say what you will about the wrestler and how interesting he actually is, but his theme song slaps. Carrying Cross.
oh yeah, I love hey, I like carrying Cross. A lot of people don't, but I like carrying. He's my type of dude that I like. So yeah, carrying's yeah, they have more good than what I thought too, but they still suck in my opinion. I
Yeah,
do.
yeah, they have a lot of good themes. It's just unfortunately they also have a lot of unmemorable or just downright terrible themes too. Like, whereas CFO, in my opinion, they were just a lot more consistent. Like,
Hmm.
they barely had a bad song. Like, they had a few like crappy ones, but like for the majority, they were very, very consistent with their theme songs. So, yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, and there's also Ria's theme. The one that's covered, well, not covered, but also sung by Motionless in White. That one just, that one's so good.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Oh, I'm glad you mentioned Rhea. All right, so this is a kind of on the podcast thing, and I brought them up just for it. So normally I would do an unboxing, but I'm not going to do that because we've already kind of opened them up and everything. I got this shirt. And this is not for me though. It's for my wife because my wife loves Rhea just like anybody else does. So this is her. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see it. Face and all that. And of course, I had to get me one. too, but it's not Rhea. It is from the quarterback necessarily, Cody Rhodes, the new shirt. So
Nice.
that's the first time I've gotten
Oh,
new shirts in forever. So
hmm. Oh, and one more that's really good from Def Rebel. Seth Rollins' current theme song. So yeah, pretty much like some of the ones I've listed, like those ones are like really good that Def Rebel has done. But yeah, for the majority, CFO was definitely better and just overall more consistent.
yeah, I agree. Okay, well, okay, we got thrown off track by a lot.
Yeah,
All right.
we went on a tangent there.
Okay, I remember where I was at. Okay, after the return of Charlotte, Bianca, and then mine and Yusuf's woman, Naomi, Raquel, Io Sky, the women's intercontinental champion Lila, and Ivy Nile. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if Chelsea Green said that she was going to be in it, but I thought on SmackDown she worded it like she did, but I could be wrong. I'm not sure. Um, but those are the names that are confirmed for the Women's Royal Rumble. Um, so I'm gonna hand it off to you. Yeah, go. Hey, hey, Naomi, I know me and Yusuf play along with the theme music and everything, but I love Naomi's theme music. I don't know why now. I really do. I it's just catchy as hell. It really is. But Chelsea did say she was going to win the Rumble. That's why I thought. I thought I heard Chelsea say that. So Chelsea is confirmed with that. Now I'm gonna hand it off to you for this first one. What are you thinking for the Women's Royal Rumble? Give me your previews, predictions, or your prediction on maybe who's going to eliminate the most, and your final four, and obviously, your final two and winners and winner, I should say.
Okay. So, in terms of who I think is going to eliminate the most, uh, unfortunately, I'm just gonna go with someone like Nia Jax, just because I feel like that's the obvious one. She's the big one. She's got to be like one of those dominant like forces in that match. She's gonna eliminate a lot of people. She's not gonna win it, but she's gonna eliminate a lot of people. In terms of who I think is gonna last the longest in the Rumble, I'm gonna go with probably someone like Io. That's my guess. I'm gonna go with someone like Io because I think she'll enter in early and go right until the end. I have her in my final four predictions. So in terms of who I think is going to be in the final four, I think it's going to be Io, Charlotte. Uh, the other two I'm struggling with. I'm just going to go with AJ Lee if she returns, and Hmm. Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan's a shout. Liv Morgan's a shout. Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch, if she returns. I'm banking on two returns here, I know, for the final four, but I feel like if both of those returns happen, I think both of them will be in the final four, along with Charlotte and Io. In terms of who I think is going to win the Rumble, it's got to be between two for me. It's still between two. I haven't really picked yet. I just know it's between two, and it's going to be a split second just decision for me here. And I think it's going to be either Io or it's going to be Charlotte, because I think the two title matches at WrestleMania will be Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley, and Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte. I feel like those are going to be the two title matches at WrestleMania. So logic dictates that one of them is going to win the Rumble, and I'm hoping it's going to be Io because Charlotte does not need to win the Rumble. Even though she's returning in this Rumble, she does not need to win it. She can get a title match at WrestleMania just because she's Charlotte Flair. And because she's won a Rumble before as well, I don't think we need a repeat winner. Just give it to someone like Io. Give her moment, and then have her go on to face Rhea at WrestleMania. And I just think Io overall deserves it. So I'm personally going to go with Io Sky to win the Rumble.
Io to win. All right, I'll put this notes down so when to see whoever's more accurate with these final fours. Um, Io to win. I do like that. Nikki Bella return. I could see that as a
I
one
can
off.
see a Nikki Bella
I
return.
think I think the women are going to have more surprises than the men. I will say that. I think the women will have more surprises than the men. I do think we see Trish. I do think we see Nikki Bella. I think one that you didn't mention, but I think it's an obvious choice. I think Jordan Grace gets into the
Jordan
Rumble.
Grace, yeah, with the whole TNA partnership, she'll definitely be in there. Maybe
Well,
even someone else from TNA. Like I'm hoping
well,
someone like maybe a Killer
well.
Kelly. I would love a
I
Killer Kelly.
I don't know if you've seen, but she is signed with WWE now. She's done with TNA.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I did see about that.
They did announce that, so it's not like that. They're not trying to surprise you, um, as
What I don't
much
think this is AJ Lee. I don't know. Punk
as
has been
much
teasing it, and with Punk being in WWE now, if there's any year where this happens, it's this year. It's more likely than ever before. Um, yeah, I just think with Punk being in the WWE and he's sort of teased it, I think there's more of a chance. Yes, it's not guaranteed, but it's more of a chance. And besides, I think even if AJ Lee did return, I think it'd only be a one-off. If I'm being completely, I mean, maybe not. Maybe she will have a run, but I don't know. If I see AJ Lee returning, I see her just making one return appearance, the Rumble, and that's it. But we'll see.
I think I'm gonna say this: if she does return, I don't think it's gonna be for a one off. I think she will want to do it run because I feel like for me, I know she's been out of it for a while, but she's still in phenomenal shape. So
Hmm.
I think, I personally for
Quite curious to
me,
what him with his Rumble.
oh my god, if Truth wins the one,
Remember that time he did enter the Women's Rumble though? Well, tried to enter it, and then I think he got absolutely plummeted by Nia. That was a funny moment.
yeah, that was funny. Um, I think AJ is going to if she does return, I think it's going to be for a run. I don't think it's going to be for a one off. Um, but as much as I want to see AJ Lee, and I will be the number one biggest fan if she does return and everything, I'll be yelling, I'll be scream. I don't know if I'll be screaming, but I'll be yelling and cheering on if she does return, and I get to hear that "Let's Light It Up" music. But I unfortunately I don't think she's going to return. Not tonight. I think we're a year away from her returning. I just that's the feeling I get. I don't know why, but that's the feeling I get. People don't realize she's not really that old. She's younger than some of the talent they got that's top talent right now. Like,
Hmm.
like she's younger than Charlotte, which is crazy to think, but she's younger than Charlotte and then younger than some other people. I think she's younger than Bianca too, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow, that's crazy.
I think. I can't remember. I saw something about that yesterday, and I was like, "She's younger than them." I said, "So I'm going to say AJ does not appear, even though I want her to. I'm going to say that." Um, I think the most eliminations. I think Jordan Grace gets the most eliminations. I think they're going to have a very big time showing for her. Last year, she was with
Hmm.
TNA. She had a pretty good showing. Wish she should. I wish she was in the Rumble longer, but this year she will be. I think she gets the most eliminations. Um, Final four. My final four. It's now or never for AJ Lee. I don't think so. I don't think it's now or never. To be honest, I think next year will be though. Um. My final four is going to sound similar to yours a little bit, not too much, but I'm gonna go Charlotte. I'm gonna go Io. I feel like you're right about Io being the what you call it, the one. Damn, what do they call that shit? I feel like Io's going to come in early and be like that lone person. Whatever, I forget the wording for that, but I'll go Io, Charlotte. I do think Becky will return, but I don't know if she'll be in the final four. I think she might be just out of it. I'll go Charlotte, Io, Liv, Iron Woman. Yes,
Iron Woman.
thank you.
That's it. That's it. Iron Woman.
Io, Charlotte, Liv, and my other one, I'm going to go Jordan Grace.
Ooh, okay. That's a shout.
I'm gonna go with those final four. So let me write that down and everything. So Io, Charlotte, Liv, and Jordan Grace. My final two.
That's if she returned next year, people won't care anymore. They will move on. No, mate, nah. Like it doesn't matter when she
Nah,
returns.
nah.
People will get hyped for it like every year. Like the past like few years, each time the Rumbles come around, people have been doing like AJ Lee return rumors and getting potentially hyped for her returning. So it would be the same next year. Like it now, people wouldn't move on. People want AJ Lee back, and they will keep doing it next year and next year and next year until she finally returns. AJ Lee
Yeah.
could return to the NXT, and people would be hyped. Exactly. Like nah, people will still care, even if it is next year or the year after or even 5 years from now. People will still care. It's
So
how it is.
yeah, I agree. So this is what I'm going to predict. I think the final two will be Io and Jordan Grace. I do think that, and I think Io wins. I think Io wins the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I'm glad you're with me on this one. I don't know why, but I had a gut feeling in me that said you was gonna pick Charlotte to win the Rumble. I was gonna be like, no, Tyler, you were
I
the chosen one.
to me, I think that's just very basic and boring. But I could still see
Exactly.
it happening. But
Mm.
I think it's just very basic and boring. And I just that wouldn't be my pick. I would honestly, I wouldn't mind if Jordan Grace somehow won the Royal Rumble and they just pushed her to the damn moon. I
I
wouldn't be mad.
I would be mad at that honestly. Yeah, I honestly wouldn't be
I
mad
really wouldn't be mad at that either. But I do
because
think they are going to go with someone that's been there at least for a good while, and I think Io very much deserves it. So
yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Jordan Grace win the Rumble if Io doesn't because like Jordan Grace versus Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. That'd be a match and a half. To be honest,
yes,
it feels like one of the more unpredictable rumbles. Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, last year was a very predictable one because everyone, their mother, could predict that Bailey was going to win the rumble. Like everyone knew Bailey was going to win that rumble. So yeah, this is definitely one of the more unpredictable ones. And the one before that, we all knew Rhea was going to win the rumble. So yeah, this is definitely more unpredictable. Like it could be Io, it could be Charlotte, it could be hell an outside shot in Jordan Grace winning the rumble if they wanted to push it to the moon straight away. So it is a bit more unpredictable, but I do think it's between two, and I think it's between Io and Charlotte. And I just hope they pick the right one and go with Io because Charlotte does not need it.
um, excuse me. I'll say this: if I wanted to pick someone that's out of my final four for a dark horse, I'll go Naomi.
Hmm. One thing I will say, your final four is definitely a lot more possible than mine, considering I'm banking on two returns to be in there. So,
I mean, I
but
mean,
we'll
I mean,
see.
I mean, one of the returns is not really that. It's not really questionable. Becky is probably returning, so she could easily be in it. The big one
Hmm.
is AJ Lee, and trust me, I will be completely glad and be wrong if AJ Lee is in it. Okay, look, I'm not gonna be mad if I'm wrong about that. Okay,
Yeah,
I just feel like it's gonna be next year. I don't know why, but I feel like She always has stuff that she's doing, like a book or something like that. I think she's going to just wait till next year.
I think Bianca and Naomi could get near that Final Four, if not the Final Four itself. I could see either one of them getting to the Final Four. Yeah, I agree. I just think it's going to be a little bit before that. They will go deep into the Rumble. They will get pretty long in it, but I think they'll fall just short of the top
Yeah.
four of the Final Four. That's
Oh,
what I personally think.
quick fact: if you did not watch SmackDown, so Bianca has the longest time overall in the Royal Rumbles and
Jade Cargill
everything.
might win it. I think it's too soon for Jade, but if they wanted to push her to the moon, then theoretically, yes, they could have her win the Rumble, but it'd just be a kind of out of nowhere win, which, I mean, isn't all that bad because sometimes an unpredictable Royal Rumble win could be good, but no, I think it's too soon for Jade. I
Yeah.
think eventually she will win a Rumble in the future, and you know, she will get that push, but I just think it's too soon. We still got to find out who attacked her. I, I still think it was Bianca or Naomi. It was one of those two. I still believe it.
I think the money. I think the money is for Bianca to be the one that attacked her.
Yeah, so they could do Jade versus Bianca.
And,
Yeah.
and I know Jade is more of a not the biggest baby face, but I want to heal Bianca. Hey, look, Bianca is good as babyface or heel, but we've seen this babyface for years now. Hey,
Yes, like
hey, look, let's get the bitch side of her out, okay?
yeah,
Like, let's
I
get the
agree.
bitchy side
Like
of her out.
Bianca has needed a reset in her character ever since she lost the women's championship and she's sort of fallen out of that main event picture. Ever since then, she's kind of needed a reset. And yeah, she's been a babyface on the main roster her entire career on the main roster since she's debuted. So she hasn't been a heel since her NXT days, and she was a good heel in NXT. So she had a great feud with Rhea Ripley in back in NXT when she was a heel and Rhea was a face. So it could really work. I think Bianca on the main roster as a heel could really work. Security camera footage comes and turns out Jade tripped and fell. Can you imagine? Hmm.
Oh,
That'd
bro.
be mad.
But
But yeah, no.
are we
I definitely
doing?
think it was Bianca.
Are we really doing this 3 years in a row? I think we picked the same fucking winner the last 3 years for the women's Royal Rumble.
I think so. Yes. Hello, Universal. Welcome to the stream.
Welcome. It's
But yeah,
crazy. It's crazy that we picked the same person and everything.
yeah, that is crazy. Like, to be fair, the past two ones, like I said, was kind of predictable. Like
Yeah.
everyone sort of knew Rhea and Bailey were going to win the last two Rumbles. So this one's more unpredictable. Let's see if we got it right. We'll
Yeah.
see.
Oh, I'm sure you do. Just like everyone else got the Royal Rumble stacked and everything. I'm sure you do. Um. So we will go to the next match. We both predicted EO to win. We'll see about that. Um. DIY versus Motor City Machine Guns. 2 out of 3 falls and everything. I think this could easily could if the Royal Rumble matches didn't exist, this is the match of the night for me. So
Oh, this is going to be probably one of the matches of the night. Like excluding the Royal Rumble matches, obviously, this is going to be pretty much the match of the night. I see this being better than Cody and Kevin, although it depends on how good Cody and Kevin do in that match. Like this is again one of the reasons why I'm so excited for this pay per view in particular is because I could see either of those two matches in between the Rumble matches becoming match of the night because there's some good talent in there. Want Motor City Machine Guns to win, but I don't think they're going to. I don't know. I
I,
don't know.
look. I'm gonna be honest with you. I do not know who's going to win this DIY and Motor City Machine Guns match.
Neither do I. That's the thing, and that's another
I
reason
really
why this
don't. I
match is going
think
to be
you could
good.
go either way because yes, DIY hasn't had those titles for a long time, but this just feels like a night where they might have a title change, and I don't know if they're going to or not. Um, I'll start off with this one since you start off with the women's. I think honestly it's going to go to a third fall because I mean every 2 out of 3 falls match normally goes to a third fall to have that, you know, shock factor to see who's going to win the last one and everything. And it should be interesting. So I mm, mm, who's going to win? God, this is Santino.
Damn, I guess we'll never know.
SmackDown last night said a lot for me. DIY losing in that 8-man tag. Yeah, but honestly, Triple H doesn't do that type of booking all the time. Where if they lose, they're going to win. He's not. He does it, but he's not. He doesn't do it as much as Vince did. Vince was so
Hmm.
predictable with his damn booking. It felt like I could go on with not watching a show for 3 weeks and know what's going to happen at the pay per view or PLE. So
Go home show used to be a curse if you would for real. Yeah. If you like look strong in any way, shape, or form in the go home show, you're fucked, dude. You're losing in the pay per view or the PLE. You're losing. So yeah, no that. But luckily, it hasn't been that case for. I mean, it still happens sometimes, but not all the time. Like you said, it Triple H doesn't rely on it as much as
yeah,
Vince did.
yeah,
So
it's not as predictable as it used to be. So with that being said, damn. Okay, let's see. Just because they have a cool entrance, I'm going Motor Mercedes Machine Guns. I'm going with them because they got the cool entrance.
fair. Um,
I gotta find a reason to pick somebody in this, and I'm just going by entrance because I really don't know who's going to win. So I think we get new
uh,
champs.
I'm I'm gonna go DIY just to be different. I'm gonna go
Ooh,
DIY just
ooh.
to be different. Why not? Why not make this a bit of a competition? I suppose. One of us is going to be wrong. One of us is going to be right. I'm going to go DIY to retain. I personally would like to see Motor City Machine Guns win the belts because I like Motor City Machine Guns and I want to see them get a big win at a pay per view like the Royal Rumble. But I don't know. My gut feeling is telling me DIY is going to retain, so I'm going to go with DIY to retain. And plus, they are pretty good at winning 2 out of 3 falls matches. The revival will even tell you that one, or FTR as they are known in AEW. But yeah, I think DIY will win, so I'm going to go with them to retain.
I don't blame you on that one. Because I really don't. Be honest, I really don't know who's going to win. So
It's toss
I,
up.
I like when I don't know who's going to win. So I'll take it. I'll take it. Um, Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens for the WWE Championship and a ladder match. Gonna have the WWE Championship, Wing Eagle up there at the same time. Um, One thing I've noticed, boy, they really going to keep that Wing Eagle Championship on television as much as they could. So it wasn't just for one night, folks. They try to play us. Oh, it's just for one night. Yeah, yeah, right. Um, I think I want Cody to win, but I think it's tighter than what people think. I do agree because you got the scenario of out of the blue, Sami Zayn helping Kevin Owens. You never know, but I don't think that's going to happen. Um, and I also don't think Randy Orton's going to come out in the match either. I don't think he screws Kevin Owens. I think this is just a simple. No one comes out. It's a good ladder match. Cody retains, and that's what I think. I think Cody retains. I don't think anyone comes out. I could be wrong, but I think it's one of these where Triple H has gave you these hints, and Randy is on the background, looking in, and I don't think anyone comes out and helps one another win. I think Cody just wins straight out, and Kevin Owens loses another title match at the Royal Rumble. But I do think it is. I do agree with Josh with how it's tighter than what most people think, but Cody ain't losing the belt unless it's Mania, in my opinion. So,
Yeah, I agree. I think Cody is going to retain. Um, I also do agree that it is tighter than most people think. Like some people are thinking like, oh, Cody wins easily. Like it's a definite thing that Cody's going to retain. I could see Kevin winning as well. I could genuinely see Kevin getting a shock win here and winning the belt. I could. And honestly, I wouldn't be that mad if he did because I think Kevin deserves it. And it's just a case of like who would he face at Mania? That is like if he were to win the belt, then maybe an outside shout or Sami Zayn winning the Rumble to face Kevin at Mania wouldn't be a bad shout, but no, I don't think that'll happen. I'm gonna go with Cody to retain. But yeah, I wouldn't put out the possibility of Kevin getting a shock win though. But I do think Cody's going to retain because I think he's just going to carry it over to Mania where he'll lose it to someone. Who knows? Who knows who that person might be? I have my maybe prediction, but I'll get onto that later.
yeah. So this one was a pretty easy one to predict overall. Just to me, I mean, I know it's tighter than what most people think, and I do agree with that. But I just don't see Cody losing at the Rumble. Mm. Could be wrong, but we'll see. We will see. And what probably will be the main event, the men's Royal Rumble match. The people confirmed in this men's Royal Rumble, of course, the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. The last ever Royal Rumble we'll see from John Cena, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Penta. Can't wait to see Penta in this Royal Rumble. Drew McIntyre, main event Jay Uso, the megastar LA Knight, Ray.
Yeah.
I was waiting for it. I didn't even look, but I was waiting for it. Ray Mysterio, Sami Zayn, Braun Breaker, Shinsuke Nakamura, Logan Paul, your favorite, Chad Gable, and
Mhm.
Kamala Hayes. Mister I'm him and I don't miss, but hell, I don't remember him hitting a damn shot or home run or anything because all he's done is about lose, except between the Andrade matches. Um,
Okay. I'm gonna go first here.
all right, go
Um.
ahead.
Okay.
Surprises and stuff like that. What do you think?
Surprises. Right from the get go. I'm going to go with probably someone like, and this is maybe an outside shout considering there's a good chance that he's not going to be doing Mania, but The Rock. You never know. You never
Mm,
know. So yeah, The Rock is one for me. I'm gonna go Jeff Hardy because of the TNA link. I think he might make an appearance. Maybe Matt too. Who knows? But I think Jeff. Um, is there someone else from TNA that I could possibly see appearing? Maybe. Maybe someone like a Mustafa Ali potentially, because I know he's just now recently signed with TNA. But I think
you,
that one's more unlikely.
damn, you're missing one name.
Uh, I'm pretty sure I am. Bobby Lashley? No.
No, no, no. Hey, Yusuf or especially Josh. No, no, not woo woo woo. Yeah, we know he might return, but he's not going to
Yeah,
return as
he might
Zack
return. Yeah, he
Ryder. He's
might
going to
return.
return as Matt. I'm
Honestly,
that's not who I'm. That's not who I'm talking
Omar.
about. Damn, Josh, put it in the chat.
Honestly, Omos might return. That's bound to happen. Um, Malachi. Now that's a shout.
I don't think his contract ends until after the
Yeah,
Rumble
that's
time.
the only thing. He's still in contract. I have seen the rumors that he is unhappy at AEW, which I'm sure he is, and that he wants to come back to WWE, and
Oh yeah,
Triple H wants him back.
oh yeah, he's gone because they literally. Uh, thank you, Josh. Thank you. That's the
Joe
name I was
Hendry,
talking about. Thank you,
yeah,
Josh.
yeah.
I knew
That's
Josh
yeah,
would get it. I
definitely.
knew Josh would get it because I was like, Josh been talking about Joe being in the damn Rumble since a while back, so I already knew that. But yeah, Joe's the name that I already knew.
Yeah, Joe Hendry is probably going to be in there. Someone maybe as well that might be in there, former WWE superstar, Dolph.
Hmm. I
We could see Dolph.
it really depends who they have as surprises, how many they got. But
Well,
I like Dolph as one. I do like Dolph as one.
out of all the ones in TNA I can think of, obviously Joe Hendry, Jeff Hardy, maybe Dolph. Those are probably the most likely. And then maybe an outside shot of Mustafa Ali, but that one's again much more unlikely. It's because I've believed for longer than most say his name and he appears. Yeah, he most likely is going to be in the Rumble. Yeah. Um, apart from that, I can't really think of much more like real big surprises. Apart from like maybe The Rock, but I, mm, honestly, trying to rack my brain. I honestly don't think there is any. AJ Styles. AJ Styles might be a shout because he might be returning back from his injury, so he might be a return.
Which is wild
Omar, yeah,
because
Omar.
which is wild because a lot of people were talking about how bad the injury was and everything, and for him to return quicker than what I thought he would, that'd be I would be happy for AJ because one, that means he's here for WrestleMania season. So
Hmm. I doubt it. I think he will still be injured, but you never know. He could pull a John Cena and come back quicker than expected. Um,
ooh,
trying to think if there's any possible NXT names that might show up.
you should just name one. I think I could see him in the Rumble. Obi.
The biggest surprise for me would be Ilya coming back. Oh, Ilya would be a shout. I would love Ilya Dragunov to be in the Rumble. Um, yeah, I think those are pretty much going to be most of the surprises. So I don't think there's going to be any top tier like oh my god moments in terms of surprises. This is
Ooh.
why I this is why I feel like they maybe should have kept Penta debuting until the Rumble. Like, as soon as he only debuted like a few weeks ago. I feel like they could have delayed it to the Rumble and had him debut at the Rumble, AJ Styles style. But hey ho, um,
Ooh, Trick.
Trick would
Yeah, I like
Trick
Trick.
would yeah
Yeah.
Trick being the Rumble would be a shout, and Oba Oba Femi that's a shout as well. So we'll see. Yeah, Oba in the fucking Rumble would be a monster. He'd be eliminating people left, right, and center. Um, speaking of eliminations, someone who I think is going to get the most eliminations.
This one's an easy one for me. I ain't gonna lie to you. Oh shit! I didn't even name his name on my list.
or Ethan Page is a slight shout. Yeah, maybe. Is fucking what's his name in the bloodline? Big dude. Forgot his name all of a sudden. I'm blanking.
Jacob Fatu.
Jacko Fatu, that's the one. Is he in the Rumble? Oh, he's going to be the most eliminations for easy
Yeah,
peasy.
yeah. For some reason, I did not have him on my list. I don't know why, but he did. He literally talked about last night slinging all these. How did he say it? He used the cuss word. He didn't want to sling all these. I don't know what he said because he just be dude. Him on the mic. They have literally unleashed the damn beast on him on the mic.
Mm.
And
Yeah. So
if last night's
yeah,
promo,
Jacob Fatu.
if last night's promo didn't indicate that hey he's running the show now, then I don't know what to tell you. He
Mm.
literally said he's off the damn leash.
But yeah. Jacob Fatu is gonna get the most eliminations. I definitely think that. Iron Man. So the person who's gonna be in the Rumble the longest. There could be a few shouts here. You can get your head braided, but don't get it twisted. Think of him bars. Yeah. His mic skills is insane. I never expected that out of Jacob Fatu. To be fair. Um, Longest Iron Man. It could be anyone. Like it could really be anyone. Um, Cena could be a shout because he could pop in early and then just go the whole fucking way just because he's Cena. Um, um, I'm trying to think of it from a standpoint of maybe who's going to be in the final four. I think I've got my final four pretty much sorted. I think Cena's going to be in the final four. I think Punk is going to be in the final four. Roman is going to be in the final four. And it's the fourth one that I'm struggling with because I think those three are definitely going to be in the final four. I'm just struggling to think of who that fourth one might be. Could be McIntyre. It um could be Jacob Fatu, but I doubt it. I don't think it's going to be in there for that long. I don't think it'll be Randy. Hmm. I'm struggling with this fourth person. I like the only one that's really popping in my head is like someone like McIntyre. Maybe Penta as a big shout, but I don't think so. Um, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna go with Penta is gonna be the Iron Man. I don't know why. As soon as he's now new, like new in the roster, I have a feeling they're just gonna have to do a massive showing in the Rumble, and I think Penta's gonna go a long way. Like he's gonna start early and he's gonna go a long way into the Rumble. Not make it into the final four, but he's gonna last a long time. So I think I'm just gonna go with an outside shout of Penta is going to be the Iron Man of the Rumble. Um, hmm. Who are the other names that are confirmed for the Rumble?
You got Seth, Drew, Jay, L.A. Knight, Sammy, Braun Breaker. Those are really the names that come to mind when I think maybe Final Four, if anything.
I'm gonna go Seth as the fourth person. I just think it makes more sense. Punk, Seth, Cena, Roman. That's my final four,
Mm.
which is an insane final four. If that's the case, talk about the names in that. Holy shit! I could see Penta entering number two and commentary immediately making the comparison to Ray. Exactly. And I think he's gonna go on a big run like that. Yeah,
Um,
but that's my final four. And in terms of who I think is going to win the Rumble, I think the final two is going to be Cena and Roman. I think Punk and Seth will eliminate each other. Well, at least one will eliminate one, and then the other one will get eliminated soon after. Um, it's going to be Cena and Roman final two, and I'm going to go with Cena to win the Rumble. I think since it's his last Rumble, I think this is one of those occasions where you can get away with someone who has won the Rumble before to win it again, and it makes sense, and it not feel so, I guess, forced. Same as his final Rumble, gets him one final chance at the world title. Um, yeah, I think it's gonna be Cena. I that's what I personally think. Uh, in terms of who he faces at WrestleMania, it could be Cody, it could be Gunther. I think Gunther's more likely, but we'll see. It might even be Cody. Who knows? Um, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Cena. My gut is saying Cena. It's been saying Cena for the past few weeks, ever since he pretty much announced he was going to be in the Rumble. So I just think Cena.
Um, that's a heck of a final four. I do think my final four will be just a little bit different, but not too much. I'm excited for the entire pay per view. I'm just excited to see who they actually pick to win this Royal Rumble, because you look at the people, they all have a case of, you know, oh, they could win, he could win. Like, you have cases of, it's Cena's last one, Punk last year, final two, loses. You have Roman, lost his championship, lost bloodline, came back, gained a little bit back. Now he's going to try to, redeem himself and get back to that championship picture. Um, you still have, I think you could have a case for even Drew also, because Drew got cashed in at WrestleMania and everything after winning the title. So, like, Drew's got a case. Seth has a case as well. Seth trying to get back. They built this Royal Rumble and the build very well to have a lot of people have their stories of, hey, I want to try to get back to the top, which I am completely fine with. Makes it very unpredictable overall.
I
As
was
we'll,
about to say this is one of the most unpredictable Rumbles in the past few years. Like I can't remember a time where I've seen a more unpredictable Rumble. I'd say in the last decade.
yeah,
Like pretty much nearly every single year, I've been able to call the winner correctly, and with pretty much full confidence. Like the only times I remember in the last few years that I've gotten the Rumble prediction wrong was when Brock won the Rumble, which, to be fair, no one wanted Brock to win the Rumble, and no one really predicted it. So yeah. Apart from that, when I didn't get the Rumble prediction right when Randy won the Rumble a few years back, and he went on to face Bray Wyatt. I didn't get that correct, but that was a bit of a outside shot. But apart from that, I've been able to predict pretty much nearly every Rumble win. Like I predicted Nakamura correctly, I predicted McIntyre correctly, I predicted Cody both times. Actually, no, I got Cody the second time wrong because I think I went with Punk last year. So to be
you
fair, I
did.
got that one wrong. I got
Hey,
that one wrong.
hey,
But
and this guy got it right.
yeah. But yeah, I got Cody's first win correctly. So yeah, I've been able to predict quite a few ones. I got Seth's Rumble win a few years ago correctly too. So yeah, there's a lot of Rumble wins in the last few years that I've gone correctly. But this one, I've gone with Cena, but I know I could be very much wrong, and I can see Roman winning it. I could see Punk winning it. I could see Seth winning it. Although Seth not so much, but he has a case. McIntyre is less likely, but again, he has a case. I just think it's between. I think it's between Cena or Roman, or an outside shout of Punk, or The Rock returning as a shock return and him winning the Rumble, which would be the most mad shit. And I don't even know how people would react if that happened. Um, so yeah, I don't think The Rock appears. That's why I haven't gone for him in the final four or to win the Rumble. I don't think The Rock even appears. I think when he has teased that he's not even going to be at WrestleMania, I think that's genuine. I don't think he is going to be at the Rumble. Not at the Rumble, at WrestleMania, but I don't think he's going to be in the Rumble either. Even though he is still in the WrestleMania poster, which is crazy. But I still don't think he's going to be at WrestleMania.
Well,
And the fact that the WrestleMania main event has reportedly changed a lot, according to Triple H. I think Triple H himself has even said that He's changed the WrestleMania main event a few times already. So I think with that in mind, I do think Rock is not going to be in the Rumble or at Mania. So yeah, that's why I haven't gone for him in any of this. So that's why I think Cena.
I will say this: I don't know if The Rock will not be in any way at WrestleMania of a match or not. I can't. I ain't going to guarantee that because and all that. But will AJ be back at the Royal Rumble? AJ Lee, it's 50-50 to me. I hope she is, but I'm not counting on it this year. But we already talked about that. Um, my Iron Man of this Royal Rumble is Mr. I Can't Miss. I think he's finally going to hit something. I think Kamala Hayes is my Iron Man. I do think they give him a very good showing. I could see Penta being it. I like the Penta one better than Kamala Hayes because Mello really been missing a lot. So, but I do think they need to give, if he isn't the Iron Man, I think they need to give him a very good showing. I think they
Agreed.
need to give him a very good showing now. So,
Agreed.
but I'm gonna go with him as my Iron Man. He will not be in my final four, but I think he will be in it the longest. But he will not be in my final four. My final four, um, it's going to consist with the same names, about minus one name. So we got Punk, Cena, and Roman. And my final one of the final four
Drew,
will be Randy Orton.
Randy. Okay.
Yep.
I thought he
That's
was going
going
to go Drew.
that's going to be my final four. I think Orton will be in the final four. I think I think a lot of this makes sense. Orton's got history with Cena. Randy's got history with. Roman's got history with Cena, with Orton as well. And Punk has just got history with everybody. Somehow, some way, Punk's got history with everybody. So it's going to make sense for these final four. Um. Uh, uh, I don't think Roman's going to win it. I don't think Roman's going to win. My gut feeling says he's not going to win, so I'm gonna eliminate Roman right now. My final two. My final two is going to be Cena and Orton. Actually, I'm gonna have Cena.
Oh,
I'm gonna have Cena and Orton as my final two, and my winner.
interesting.
And my winner is Randy Orton.
What? I see what you got. I see what you did there. Orton and fucking Cody at WrestleMania. That's a shout. That's a shout. Oh, I didn't think of that. Oh my god. Yeah, you know what? That could actually feasibly happen.
They've been teasing it. They've been teasing this match too damn much. Over the months of Randy looking at that damn championship. They've teased it too much not to do it. So,
Yeah. No, that's that. Yeah, that's a shout.
but
I didn't think about Randy actually when it comes to the context of Cody at WrestleMania. Ah, damn! I should have thought about that. I probably would have had him in my final four and maybe in the final
so
two.
so I think this is how they're going to go with this is I think this is how they're going to do it. Cena either get eliminated early or final two. I think he's going to be in the final two for sure. But the one I'm sure of, but one thing I'm sure of is he ain't winning it. I don't think Cena's winning it. Even though I would not mind Cena winning it. I think it would make sense, but they've already announced him for Elimination Chamber of being there. I think he'll be in the Chamber match. And
I could see
so
that.
so I would say this. This is how I have the WrestleMania title pictures, the world title pictures. I have Orton challenging Cody. Common sense there. I would have Orton. I don't know when, but I would have him turn on Cody and be the bad guy and be that vicious Randy Orton that we know of. And I would have Cena win the Elimination Chamber, and Cena and Gunther is your World Heavyweight Championship match at WrestleMania.
Which one would you have main event?
Well, they have two nights, so I would have Cena. Mm, I would actually have Cody and Randy on night one, and I have Cena Gunther night two main event.
Yeah, that's really what I like meant because I didn't want to give you the cop out of like oh both of them is main events. So I was gonna be like, yeah, which one's main event in night two? The true main event. I ain't
Yeah.
hearing this night one main event bullshit. Main
Well,
event is main event.
I do agree with that, but they've done a really good job in the last little bit of doing two nights, and it true the both of the nights truly feel like both of them truly feel like main events actually. So
True. Yeah.
I will give them that credit with that. But yes, scenario the night two main event is the true main event. I do feel
Yeah.
like that too, and I feel like it's Cena's last run, and Cody is going to be like, "I'll take not one. I don't care." I feel like Cody is not going to care. So,
Yeah.
so
All
I
right, and I'll pose you this question. Even though this is not our WrestleMania predictions, but I will pose you this question. Um, when if Cena faces Gunther at WrestleMania, do you have him win and break the record, or do you have Gunther retain?
well, I'll give you this scenario. I'm going to answer your question, but I'll give you this scenario. Cena would not does not want to break the record. You can tell that. He doesn't care about the record in the hindsight. If it happens, cool. What I would do, and my prediction is, I would have him break it. But what I think they might do is have him chase.
Yeah, I could
So,
see
so
that. I think if it does happen, it'll be towards the end of the year, possibly, or they could possibly have Cena just win the Battle Mania and have him hold it for like the rest of the calendar year until by the end of the year where he loses it and calls it a day. I could also see it down that route, but we'll see. This is definitely going to be a very interesting WrestleMania season for sure because the Royal Rumbles potential winners are unpredictable. We can map out what the title matches WrestleMania will be, but nothing's certain yet, and it's not exactly predictable to guess. And even when the matches will be made, I don't think the outcomes are going to be very predictable either. So yeah, this is shaping up to be a very interesting WrestleMania season. So it's going to be exciting. All fun and games for Omos and Nia win the Rumbles. Oh my word!
um, I I'll say this booking wise, and I'm not saying this is what's going to happen. Booking wise, in my if I was booking this and I have those two matches, I'd have Cena and Randy both win the championships at Mania. That would be my booking because it's basically for me, for a lot of other people, including yourself, it's like we're at towards of an end of an era of the people that we grew up with. So like it's truly an end of the era. Like when you hear Cena announcing his retirement, to me that hit me like, oh fuck, I'm getting old. If Cena's retiring, that means I'm getting older and older, which is crazy to me. When he
Hmm.
announced it, it's like damn. After Cena, how many other people we got that we grew up with? You got Randy, and then it's like I don't know. It's very, but I would have Randy and Cena both win it because I think that would make a lot of sense. But because Randy hasn't held a major title in a while, anyways. So,
See, if they do go down the Randy Orton route and have him face Cody, I don't think I'd have him win the belt right away. And hear me out here. I just don't see how they can. If Randy wins the Rumble and they have the time from Rumble to Mania, I just don't know how they're going to build a very, 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 very intriguing story in that short amount of time. Like, of course, there's history there, so that writes itself. But I just feel like a feud like that needs to be longer. So
well,
I just feel
that,
like
go ahead.
so like what I personally might think with that, I mean, maybe if I was booking it, I don't know, but like this is what I would think if say if Randy does win the Rumble, he does face Cody at WrestleMania. Don't do the Randy turn right away. Have it like sort of be like built upon respect at first, and Randy's just like, we have history. You know, we were boys back in the day. You're the main champion. You know, this will be a great title fight, great title match between the both of us. Let's kill it out there. Blah blah blah. Built it on respect at first. Cody wins first. Cody wins at Mania, and then that's when Randy snaps. Randy full on snaps after the match, turns heel, goes back to being the legend killer, or like some variation of that, just goes full batshit crazy, and then just kind of then build that feud up over the next like couple months afterwards of it being pure hatred then by that point, and then have Randy win the belt potentially. That's where I would personally go with it, but each to their own.
Um, the only thing I'll say about it is, I from Rumble to Mania, they're going to have 6 to 7 weeks of build, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. That's not like terrible with building up a match overall to me.
Mm.
So
2009 Randy would have hit Mama Rhodes with the weight belt.
no, no, that Randy would have punted her right in the damn temple too. Yeah,
Yep.
but I do understand where you're coming from with building it. But the problem with this Triple H era, and this is the one thing I will say I think Triple H could do better on, is if you're a heel in the Triple H era, good luck, because it's a lot of baby face, like a lot of baby face like wins out of like sometimes, and it's a little bit more overpowered than having some of the heels like win certain type of matches when it comes to bigger matches. I feel like that's the only downfall I would have, but I do agree with building it up a little bit more, but I don't know how much more you want to build it up, because I mean they do have at least a month and a half of a build. I mean that's not bad, but I don't know what route they would go, but I just feel like Randy winning the Rumble would make sense because no one's really talking about it. No one's really talking about
Yeah,
Randy.
that is definitely, I guess, the dark horse of the Rumble in terms of who might win the Rumble. Like, no one's really saying or really fully predicting Randy's going to win the Rumble compared to people saying, oh, Cena's going to win the Rumble, or um, Cena's going to win the Rumble, or Roman's going to win the Rumble, or Punk's going to win the Rumble, etc., etc. Like, there's more people saying those people are going to win the Rumble than there are people saying Randy will. So it kind of actually does remind me of when Randy won the Rumble a few years ago when he went on to face Bray Wyatt. It's kind of reminding me of that a little bit. So Randy could very much win the Rumble, and now that we've stated so, and he could face Cody, I wouldn't be shocked if he does now, because now I'm sort of expecting it now. But we'll see. The only weird thing right now is will Randy just completely ignore Kevin Owens for nearly ending his career in kayfabe? That is a fair point, because yeah, that is a fair point. Because won't Randy now just be focusing on Kevin instead of anything to do with Cody at
Well,
WrestleMania? So
well. Look, I do agree with that. That would be very weird just to throw it to the side. But we're talking about trying to win the fucking Royal Rumble and be main event of WrestleMania one of the nights. Like,
Yeah.
who gives a fuck about your beef with someone else that you're not really? If you win the Royal Rumble, who gives a fuck? Because I won the Royal Rumble. I get the main event one of the nights. I do understand the logic behind it, but you look at the logic of winning the Royal Rumble, you're probably not going to give a damn about anybody's beef. You can you can revisit it, but they're not going. I wouldn't care. Try to end my career and everything. I do understand where it's coming from, but you in the Royal Rumble, you think you're going to worry about Kevin Owens? No, you're going to worry about who you're facing the damn main event of WrestleMania. So I do understand that, but
I do think that is the reason why I don't have Randy winning the Rumble for me is like just purely because when Randy comes back, he is probably going to be focusing on Kevin in the storyline, and he is going to be trying to get revenge on Kevin. So I, yeah, no, that's in my opinion why I don't think he will win the Rumble, and I think he'll be someone who won't be as busy with other people, someone like a Cena or a Roman or someone like that. That's why I don't think personally Punk will win the Rumble or Seth will win the Rumble because they'll be busy with each other. They're going to be facing off against each other at WrestleMania, so none of them are winning the Rumble. So that's why I personally think it will be either Cena or Roman or an outside shot of Rock returning and win the Rumble, which would be crazy. But I don't see that happening. So that's why I've gone with Cena, just because I just think if Cena doesn't win the Rumble, he doesn't go on to face someone at WrestleMania, then what does he do? But I understand he could win the Elimination Chamber, but yeah,
I think he's winning the chamber, to be honest with you. But we'll see.
I guess we'll
Um,
see.
but
I
but
guess
but
we'll
but
see.
look, but look. I don't know when this favor is going to kick in, but what's this favor from Punk, from Heyman to Punk? That's one thing we got to talk about.
That is a fair point. That is a fair point. Who knows? Who knows? That is a very interesting point you've made there about that. Because yeah, who knows when that favor might come in? You just never know. People have been talking about Rock entering the 31. They ain't ready for El Torito entering at 32. That the like for there to be 30 entrants in there. Like legit, they could do this. Like, what if this? Hang on a minute. I just saw something that could potentially happen, and oh my word, uh, Rock, not Rock, Roman or Cena. If I was doing this, most likely Roman. Roman last eliminates Cena to win the Rumble at number 30. Then all of a sudden, there just all of a sudden becomes all of a sudden it's a 31st entrance, and then it's The Rock, and he wins the Rumble. Roman wins the Rumble, but then there's a countdown. Exactly. And the thing is, if it's The Rock who does it, no one can question it. He literally is the big final boss of the company. Like he's the only one in power who could do shit like that. So
Look,
no one could ever question it.
look. First of all, I'm going to cuss at your ass if this happens. Two, I will do a rant on the review tonight on the Royal Rumble if this happens. This is the dumbest fucking idea ever. If this happens, you can't have just 31 people in the Royal Rumble. I don't give a damn who's on the board or not. This is. Oh, no. Look, I'm going to blame you. If this happens, I'm going to blame you because there is no reason, no way this should happen. This sounds like this one of the, and I know this is a possibility, so it's not out of the realms. But this would be the dumbest idea and the dumbest thing I think I've seen. One of the dumbest things I've seen in this Triple H era of booking.
Look,
This would,
look. I'm not saying I want that to happen. By God, no. I don't think it should happen, but it can. It can. That's the thing. It
look,
can happen.
look. I'm gonna be honest. This sounds. If this happens, I would have thought Vince McMahon would be back with the company because this sounds like a Vince type thing.
That would be a Vince type thing. This is the rant before it happens. Imagine if it actually happens. Oh,
Dog,
there would be a
dog,
Tyler
if I
meltdown for like an hour.
dog, I'm telling you right now, if I'm downstairs watching it and you got number 30 and you think someone's won and I get a damn countdown thing on my screen, holy fuck, I am going to go off. I'm going to go off. I'm going to
Thing
go
is, if
off.
that does happen, like if Roman wins the Rumble or anyone wins the Rumble and there's a countdown happening, you just know who it is. Like you just know it's not even a surprise by that point. You just know who it is the second it happens. It's like, well, it's The Rock. oh, oh
Bro,
no!
bro,
Imagine if
there
that happens.
bro, this better not happen. I'm just going to tell you outright. This cannot happen. This cannot happen.
It could happen because, like, even the people on commentary be like, "Well, The Rock can do this because he's on the board."
God bless. And that sounds like what they would say too. This is an awful nightmare that we're having live here on the podcast. This is a nightmare, folks. If this happens, one, everyone blame Felix. Two, everyone please think somehow Vince McMahon's back in charge because this is a Vince McMahon type move. If I've never seen anything else from Vince, this is a Vince
As
type
much
move.
as I dislike the idea, the countdown after the end of the Rumble could be hype. Well, it would be hype, yes, because it'd be like, a what the fuck countdown? But no, apart from
Bro,
that, like it's a bit bullshit. Like no, there should be no reason why there's a 31st entrant.
bro,
Yeah, basically,
what?
I'm not
What?
responsible.
What are people on? You got this idea. You just saying he would be hyped to see a fucking countdown after the Royal Rumble. 30 people are in it. No, no. What are we doing? Y'all got some messed up ideas and some messed up hype ideas over here. Y'all are killing me. None of this would be hype. This would be one of the dumbest things I've seen in the Triple H era. Triple H don't do this stupid type shit like Vince would. No, 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 no. What are we doing here? No, 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 no.
At this point, fuck it. I just want to see the world burn. I just want to see the world burn.
Mm, my gosh, my
Santino
gosh.
Marella at number 31, Greatest Royal Rumble. Oh, oh yeah,
What
no.
is he going? No, he's going to enter 32 behind the Rock.
And hey, don't blame me. I'm not the one putting ideas in Triple H's head. There's no way he'd be watching this stream and be going, "Huh,
No,
great
no, no,
idea,
no,
Felix. I'm
no.
gonna make this happen."
Yeah, yeah. There is no way, but still, I
Now Tyler actually won't
no,
trust the
no,
winner until the show
no.
actually ends.
No, because of this idea thrown around, I will not trust it until we see the show start. The highlights of the show. Not, I don't want to see the damn trademark at the end and then hear someone see the damn countdown or hear a theme music. I want it to go to the damn highlights of the show, and that's when I know the Royal Rumble's done. Good God.
Oh,
No.
I can't believe we've came up with that idea. And the thing is, if we can come up with that idea, you just know Hunter can.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the moment Ross starts with the count, y'all are killing me. I've closed my damn notes book. I'm done. I'm done for today. Y'all killing me. Y'all are killing me. If any of this happens, I'm telling you right now, the ultimate rant is going to be upon us tonight. So that's all I'm going to say. Because I've already
Oh,
ranted about the idea. Just imagine when if it happens. Oh boy, that would be the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Just if The Rock's going to be in it, put his ass on 30. I don't care. Just do it. Just do it. But 30. All right. But that's some great Royal Rumble talk and everything. Um I enjoyed that Royal Rumble talk minus the last 8 minutes of it or whatever.
I almost said when it happens there. We've got him believing it, people. We've got him believing it.
Now, I would believe it more if Vince was still in charge, because the possibilities if Vince was in charge still of seeing so many people, I wouldn't put it past Vince, but I don't think
Mm.
Triple H would do that. Oh my
Say
god.
his name as he appears. I believe in Dwayne Johnson. Duh, duh. I
That
believe in Dwayne Johnson.
that don't even sound right. Oh my gosh, that don't even sound right. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad we got that out of our system. I
Oh boy.
don't think we got any more Royal Rumble talk after that.
Nope.
But I will say should be a good Royal Rumble. I'm I'm very excited for it just overall. And I don't know. I don't know, man. I I hope I just hope overall the surprises we get are good surprises. Maybe some that we haven't even talked about. I think that would be cool. Um do you have anything to talk about before we hop on out of here?
No, not really, because the last time we did the podcast, not much has happened Liverpool wise since then, apart from a couple of matches. But there's not like too much to update with about. So I'll probably leave that for the next podcast to like update about Liverpool stuff. But we did just win today, a 2-0 win against Bournemouth. Up the fucking Reds. We're gonna win the league. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, and guess what, Yusuf? Man, you still fucking sucks. Okay?
Man,
Alright.
you
And
fucking shit.
alright. And I low key, I have a coworker. He's I forget where he's from, but he's an Arsenal fan. And I told him,
Yeah.
I told him, I said, hey, y'all got Man City this week and everything, and he said, yeah, I know. So he's not really the most excited for it. All right,
Now I
all
hope the Rock wins number 31.
all right. You're put on timeout, Yusuf, for the rest of the show.
Do that.
Rest of the
I
show.
knew you do that.
Rest of the
I
show.
knew you do
Not
that.
nothing to you, Yusuf, but I had to time you out after that stupid comment. I can't. That's not the last one. That can't be one of the last comments I see on the stream. I'm sorry. I can't.
I,
I can't.
I literally was just about to say before you did that, in before Tyler times fucking Yusuf out for that
I can't.
comment.
I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't. That's not the last message I can see on the stream. I'm sorry, Yusuf. I can't. I can't see it. That's not the last one I want to see. Okay,
Oh, that's
before
gotta
he
be top five. That's gotta be a top five funny moment I've ever been a part of this podcast. That is gotta be top five funny. Oh my god, that was brilliant.
nope. But should be a very good Royal Rumble overall and everything. If you enjoyed the podcast and everything, please hit the like button. That'd be much appreciated. Um, subscribe if you're new to the channel. I'm gonna be very busy because I'm gonna record the men's Royal Rumble match and then upload it, so it'll be uploaded after this. So I got a lot to do. I gotta do that, go to the store before the Royal Rumble, and then cook. I'm gonna be damn busy. So I'm gonna get out of here and everything. What in this? All right. Hey, I hope you guys okay. All right. No, 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 no.
Yusuf, you're a legend. You're a legend, Yusuf. I
How many
fucking
more
love you.
how many more accounts does he have? And why is this a moderator account? Let me change that.
It's old account of his.
All right. All right. Well, hope you guys have a great one. and And I'll see you for the Royal Rumble review tonight. Three Faces of Foley. You stupid. All right, see y'all.
Take care, guys. Peace.